Hello world, I'm Derek and welcome to my channel. Today I'm making beef jerky. What I'm using today is topside roasts, and I'll make it and I'll show the end product. Hope you like this video. Thank you. Hi, I'm Derek, so I'll make this video on beef jerky. So I've got to remove the roast packet. And I'll put it. There's the. So yeah, they're a very little fat. You don't want fat on beef jerky. So you can have it cut two ways. You can cut it with the grain or against the grain. Now one will be tougher than the other, so it's personal preference, and I tend to do it both ways. So I have a variety of softer eating ones and really tough ones. Now this is good if you want to go away camping for weeks on end. You could seal it in those vacuum sealers, or you can put it in the fridge like I do. I have it in the fridge for 2 months in old coffee bottles, so it lasts a long time. But if you vacuum seal it, it even lasts longer. So you could probably go and do 2 months of touring with the beef jerky you make at home. So I'm not going to show you cutting it up. I'll just fast forward it. So that's the finished product of 2 roasts. Ideally the strips should be about between 6mm and 3mm, which is a 1/4 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch, but doesn't matter. The thicker ones just take longer to dry. So what I'll do now is I'll make the sauce, and the sauce is a bit of a recipe, but I added my own different ingredients. So we start with soy. Bottles never bloody one open, do they? So yeah, in goes, for this amount, it's just over 2 kilos of meat, okay? Less a bit of fat, so you can say around about a kilo. So in goes, they made those tops tamper-proof. Anyway, start back at the beginning. I put in 500 mils of soy. I'm going to be putting in 500 mils of Worcestershire sauce. Now, the next ingredient, need a bit of acidity to it, so I put in apple cider vinegar. Maybe a teaspoon. Don't normally measure this. 2 tablespoons. Make it 3. 3 tablespoons of vinegar. Next is, I like it really garlic, a lot of garlic. So I put in a lot of garlic. Probably about 3 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons. Garlic powder, that is. Okay, sugar. And there's brown sugar. Three heaped teaspoons of brown sugar. Pepper. And I like pepper. One. Two. Okay, that's about 2.5 teaspoons of pepper, black pepper. Should have cracked pepper, but. And the other ingredient I use is if you're in the States, you can use liquid smoke, but I put in smoked paprika. Two heaped teaspoons of smoked paprika. Give it a good stir up. Now, ideally, you should get the beet in small batches and do it that way, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take the meat out of here, put it on here. closer. So yeah, gotta get your hands dirty. Oh, it's going to kill me. That was the tablecloth. Okay, now I use these ingredients because it covers the meat. You've got to cover the meat with the liquid. So I find out these ingredients cover the meat really well. Now the minimum time, or actually the best time, is to marinate it for 3 hours. So, but overnight is okay as well. I've done that overnight, but 3 hours it turns out to come out pretty good. And I find that's really good. So ideally the meat, as I said, should be cut between 6mm and 3mm, 1/4 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch. If it's thicker, well, you dry it longer until you think it's going to be right. And of course you have to taste test it during the cooking, which I do. So yeah, so this is the marinating, and I'll show you the end result when I'm finished in the drying process. I use a dryer with drawers, and this will probably take 2 goes anyway, and I'll probably have to do it in 2 stages. So I'll probably do some about lunchtime. It is now 8 o'clock in Australia, and I'll probably marinate it probably and started at drying about 12:30, something like that, maybe a bit longer, and it'll probably take 5 hours, and some of it will take actually 6. So yeah, so I will show you that. Okay, that's the pot with all the meat in it. You can see the liquids all around it. The meat will float a little bit, but I cover it up, put it in the fridge for, it's at least 3 hours, but probably going to be about 4 or 5 before I start the drying process, and then I transfer it to coffee bottles. But yeah, so that's it there. Okay, it started at 6 hours. It's now 2 hours into the drying process. This lid, open up the drawer. You see the meat is starting to dry out. There'll be some that'll be drier than others, but then you have to go through it. Okay, this is the jerky I made last time. This is what it turns out like, nice and hard, and it's very, very nice. The taste lasts right to the very end. Big chunks, little chunks, and that's the tender. That's when you can see the grain in it going down like that. So yeah, it's very nice to eat for a snack. And I put them in bottles like that. Well, Okay, so I hope you like this video. Beef jerky is very nice to eat for a snack, and if you're drinking beer and wine, it is really nice, and the flavour lasts right to the last little bit. Yeah, so this recipe, really I enjoy making this, and I like sampling it and chewing on a little bit. But yeah, I hope you like it, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Cheers.